let's get into this. What is it again? What's the producer is?
So Garagiste is the producer, Stagiaire is the wine, the cuvée if you like, and Chardonnay is the varietal.
Okay, thank you.
So
I mean, it looks like quite a light Chardonnay, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, at least very, very young. You see how some of the wines we've seen before in the previous episodes, like they have much more color to it. This one is like pretty pale lemon, if you like, pale lemon color. So that may mean obviously youthful, very young, but could also be, not really much time in oak, like exposed to oxygen, which would kind of give it a little bit more color. So yeah, pretty pale. Very pale.
Yeah, quite pale.
Very pale.
Yeah.
Tears wise, funny enough, there's quite a bit of tears running down the glass. So that may mean a little bit alcohol. I mean, knowing Mornington Peninsula and how grapes can struggle to ripen a little bit, so I'm tempted to say no more than 12.5%. Well, let's have a look.
Here we go. We go to the bottle. 13.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Oh.
Percent up more. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, which makes sense. Again, as I said, there's quite a lot of tears, so I could have been a little bit more
generous
and 13%, 0.5% up. Sure.
So a lighter, so this can probably tell either youth or a lack of oak used in the process of creating the Chardonnay, just from the lighter color?
Yeah, I wouldn't say lack of oak, because lack of oak it just seems like someone was not being careful or something. No, I don't think it's that. I think it's just the intention for this wine not to be oaked. Although from the notes I read, I think they spend 6 months or some time in wood. So that in élevage. So that may just add a little bit, but not quite as much as some other wines would add.
Okay.
So pretty interesting.
Time to hit the nose.
So here on the nose to me, first impression is a more sweeter sense to the fruit than herbal or vegetable, like we've seen in previous episodes, with a couple of wines like the Grüne Veltliner, for example. Here is a more sweeter sense of the fruit. So you imagine if you could bite this fruit, here would be riper and it would be sweeter, if that makes sense. No, perhaps not riper, but sweeter.
Okay. I get. Yeah, it smells like a little bit candied. A touch. A bit of pear. Oh, what are you diving into? What are you?
It's just to help me out a little bit on defining the aromas, because sometimes may be helpful, especially if the wine is too cold. The flavors can be a little bit hidden, and they open up easier as the wine warms up a little bit. So as you can see, the glass is pretty.
It's pretty cold glass.
It's pretty cold.
So you're saying that some of the we might not be getting the full aroma of the bouquet because it might be a little touch cold, maybe 15 minutes away from being.
Yeah, sometimes it is. If it's 10, 12 degrees, maybe just a touch too cold. But as it warms up to 13, 14%, the wine starts warming up. The more you swirl, and again, if you warm gently the wine up, you start getting a little bit more a touch of butter, a touch of cream, almost a touch of melon, rock melon, a soft touch of sweet spice, touch of vanilla even, which again may indicate that the wine spent a little bit of time in oak. But especially that, as you said, pear, that's good. Ripe pear, touch of melon, touch of vanilla, and the cream, butter, touch of butterscotch.
I struggled to miss it. I'm missing a few of those notes for sure on my unsophisticated nose. But yeah, I definitely have a sense of creaminess to this wine for sure.
Cream, butter, butterscotch. I mean, it's an aroma that comes from malolactic fermentation. Are we allowed to talk about malolactic fermentation?
Oh, yes, you can talk about malolactic fermentation, yes.
Yeah, I think it's after all these episodes, I think this is a wine that is revealing a little bit of that. It's not just primary, fresh fruit. There is a secondary aroma, which is, the wine has been allowed to go through this process, which, yes, is adding that butter and cream aromas.
All right. I think I'm ready to taste.
Let's do it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Salud. Ooh.
It's pretty good, eh?
Yeah, it's unexpectedly good.
Yeah, I mean, on the palate, again, it's dry. But yeah, he has that sense of ripeness. Sweetness, what do you think, Angus?
Dry wine.
Dry, yeah. Acidity? True.
Yeah, I don't think it's very high acidity wine. I mean, it could be.
Maybe
Feels
try,
like it's-
try to have another sip and try
Okay.
to have the wine really accessing the back of your palate, and especially the top of your palate and the back. That usually will give you a very good perception of, mouth watering.
Of course, but I'm still not getting that mouth watering. I'm still not assessing this as a. I don't know if you're going to say medium plus. It's a medium.
I think there's quite a bit.
Really?
I think there's quite a bit.
Bugger.
There's quite a bit. If you have the wine running through on top of the tongue and the back of your palate, there's a fresh sensation that comes all the way up from the top of the top back of your mouth, and it comes all to the top of to the front of the mouth. I feel.
I don't know. Maybe my mouth's on mute. I'm just missing it. I'm missing it, man.
No, I think there's.
And that's
it's
just
not,
been my key point. That's been my savior. I've been.
But again, it's not high acidity Riesling or Chenin Blanc or Sauvignon Blanc. But
So
it's
you're gonna call
also-
this
it's-
medium plus, but then put them in the same category.
No, medium. Okay, so no.
That's my confusion. So that's where I'm like.
No, but if you have a scale of low, medium minus, medium plus, high, you got to place it somewhere, and there's different types of acidity as well. So you can just say medium and say medium, and you will put that along, for example, Pinot Gris. Then it doesn't make sense. So he's got to be a little bit more than a Pinot Gris, for example.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
So medium plus, I think is
Sure.
good. But then again, when people compare it to Riesling or Chenin Blanc, then it will be much higher, than
fair.
this.
The body of the wine. I would say it's medium body.
Medium body, I would give it a little bit more as well, medium plus as well.
Really?
Again, because there's the mouthfeel, it's 13%. So, 13% for the white wine starts being quite a bit.
Yeah, I mean, alcohol's next, and I was definitely going to assess alcohol as medium plus or high, not high, but you can taste the alcohol down the throat of this for sure.
Yeah, so definitely that mouthfeel, it is quite rich. I think it's medium plus.
Alcohol, like we said,
13%.
I taste the alcohol for sure. I taste that through the burning. That's now I haven't had a sip in a minute. I can still feel it kind of going down the back of my throat. So definitely assessing the alcohol in this for sure.
Yeah.
Even if we didn't pick, I would have said this was 12.5 plus.
Then there we go, 13% of alcohol. Body, you want it to go along. Body alcohol. What is the body of the wine? It's really the fermented sugars that became alcohol. So the higher the alcohol, usually the full body the wine is as well.
Well, we need to find out what are we eating with this Mornington Peninsula Chardonnay, Mr. Carlos Santos.
For this, because of that cream and butter notes that we have picked there, I would go for maybe something a little bit richer, something a little bit with more creaminess to it. You could go for, I don't know, why not a chicken, chicken curry. Chicken curry.
Chicken curry.
Why not
Okay.
a chicken curry? I think this would hold pretty well to it.